Shabbat Tov, everyone. Welcome to video number 101 in our TillesTells Stories for Saturday Night group. I adapted the story from the version on a friend's website, BaalShemTov.com. Its title is Towers of Gold and Palaces of Diamonds. This story took place in mid-afternoon on Shabbat Tshuva, which is the Shabbos between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, in the beginning of the Jewish year 5515, which is 1755 on the Gregorian calendar. Rabbi Yisrael ben Eliezer, the Baal Shem Tov, was napping in his bed, enjoying his Shabbos rest. Suddenly, while still asleep, he emitted a mighty cry that jolted his wife from her nap. Yisrael, Yisrael, wake up, what's wrong? The Baal Shem Tov sat up with a start and then sighed with relief. Thank God you woke me. Another moment and I wouldn't have awoken at all. What are you saying? Gasped the Rebbetzin. And why did you scream out in your sleep? The Baal Shem Tov composed himself and said, first ask my attendant to go to those of my close Hasidim who were in Mezibuz this Shabbos and ask them to come to me in the base medrash, in the study hall. He knows where to find them. Then I'll explain to you while I'm waiting for them. When they were all assembled, the Baal Shem Tov related the following. Each Shabbos, when I recite the silent Musaf prayer, my soul ascends to the heavenly worlds. There I listen to the Torah being studied in the yeshiva above, and I am later able to transmit a part of what I heard to you, my Hasidim, during Sudas Shlishis, Shalosh Sudas, the third meal, at the end of the day. I have always yearned to encounter there my close friend, the great tzaddik, Rabbi Nachman Kassover, who passed on to the world of truth years ago. But I have been unable to find him. Today, as my soul ascended, I soared to heavenly realms I had never visited before. I saw towers of gold and palaces of diamonds. The sounds of Torah burst forth from within. As I entered, the souls within shone with brilliance and beauty, each one occupied in the study of the Holy Torah. I asked one soul, to whom belongs this glory? Who is your Rosh Hashiva? Our Torah study is in the honor of the chosen of God, Rabbi Nachman of Kassover, the soul responded. And where is his hallowed place, I asked. One of the holy souls led me to Rabbi Nachman's chamber. There I saw my old companion aglow with fire and glory, surrounded by numerous other souls. His countenance shone like the sun. He was dressed in white, his talus covering his holy head. I humbly approached and I asked, Reb Nachman, I have been searching for you for quite some time. Who are all the souls I see around you? My dear Reb Yisrael, he answered, these souls belong to those whom I showed the path of truth and righteousness while on earth. Some were righteous men who had transgressed, and others were evildoers who I was able to guide to the path of repentance. It is these souls who praise and extol the Creator of all things. My dear Reb Yisrael, he continued, do you wish to remain here with me? You can simply relinquish your body. You will not even have to experience the pangs of death. These righteous souls will take you to your eternal resting place. The decision is yours. How I was tempted to remain in the heavenly realms, the Baal Shem Tov said, but I could not decide. I went back and forth in my mind. On one hand, I desired to be buried in Eretz Yisrael, for a soul buried in the Holy Land ascends higher than one buried outside its holy boundaries. When I spoke this desire, Reb Nachman revealed to me, your fate is not to be buried in the Holy Land, but in the land where you were born. I cannot disclose the reason. I'm not allowed to disclose the reason, but if you decide to remain here with me, I will then be able to reveal to you this and many, many other secrets. Then my thoughts turned to those whom I would leave behind. Could I leave loved ones, my holy wife and my dear children, my students, my Hasidim? Could I leave them without directions and without guidance for the future? I decided I could not. Each person has his purpose in a divine plan to fill on earth, and I felt I had not yet completed my assigned task. I told my beloved Reb Nachman that I was not yet the time for me to leave the physical world. He did not agree. He begged, he cajoled, over and over, until I could stand it no longer, and I'd screamed with all my might. That scream woke my wife from her sleep, and she woke me just in time. I could not have withstood Rabbi Nachman's urgings any longer. Thank God, she enabled my soul to return to its rightful place in my physical body. Have a great week, everyone.